Hello, everyone. I'm not even sure if I'm going to post this video or not. I kind of want to just talk about the night that I got injured. It was kind of a rough one. I remember some of it, and I don't remember some of it, and I do remember some of it. So uh, we're going to talk about that. So if you don't want to hear it, I completely understand. You're not going to hurt my feelings at all, dude. Just skip that. Skip the video. So I remember it was a long mission. It went well into the night. I don't remember how late it was. I think we were just trying to talk to some sheikhs, seeing maybe what they needed, things along those lines. I don't remember again. I don't remember the exact mission. Um, I was I volunteered to gun that night. Uh, one of our men had to go on leave, and they were going to make him go on this mission, but he had to go on leave. So I went in his spot, and it was me, McMahon, and Waite in the truck, and then we had a couple of guys in the back that we had like tag-alongs. Basically, they weren't really with us, but one of them was a medic actually, which you'll come to find out. Um, so, anyways, everything's kind of going fine. We get briefed, everything like that. The briefing actually, funny enough, says to watch out for scooters. They're using scooters as timers, right? So they're timing how long it takes for the first truck to get to EFP, and then they hit the second truck, or the third truck, whatever truck they want to hit. Um, so we got briefed on that, and we mount up and we roll out, man. We go to work, and today's going normal. I think we even had ice cream. We had some Iraqi ice cream that night, or something along those lines. And we mount up, and we're heading back to the JSS, Joint Security Station, and we missed our turn. We missed the turn, and so we pushed. We had to keep pushing, and we were pushing kind of into Solder City, which was not allowed at the time. This was in 2009. Um, so instead of turning around, we push through, and we're just going to turn at the next turn, and then kind of just flip around in that way, and get back to the JSS that way. And so I'm in the turret and I'm looking around, and I see a scooter, and I'm like, oh god, dude. And I yelled out, I call it up to McMahon. I say, McMahon, there's a scooter, call it up. And I think before he could even call it up, the EFP went off. An EFP is an exploding flying projectile. What they were doing was they were taking these pipes and pushing them into the ground, and then putting a bunch of explosives in it, and then putting a big ball of copper into the pipe. So it's like a cannon, right? And then what would happen is that they would trigger it, and the explosion would happen, and then the copper would get to a melting point and shoot out that cannon, and it would eat through our armor. And in our case, I got extremely lucky, because they missed by, I don't know, like a half second. Basically, they hit the side of the truck, but they hit the front. So what happened was it ate through that, and then ate through the engine, and then ate down into the piston. So we seen what these things would do. Our colonel actually got hit, like a month before that, and lost both of his legs. And then I don't remember the exact timeline, but I think like a couple weeks before I got hit, another platoon got hit, and they lost everybody. I think in that truck on that one. I think it was like Sergeant David. I was actually there for that one. Uh, we were out on a patrol for that one, and we met up after you guys got hit, uh, to help. Same with the colonel. When he got hit, we were out on patrol, and we came and running to help back him into Sutter City. So, anyways, that's another story. Um, so the EFP goes off. Again, we got very lucky, very lucky. It turns out that we found out that There was a piece of shrapnel right where my head was, coming through the glass, the ballistics glass. So again, super lucky. When the concussion went off, I think I remember yelling out like IED, 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 which I think was the SOP at the time. And then I had a loss of consciousness. I got knocked out, and I fell from the gunner's hatch to the bottom of the MRAP. Again, I was super lucky. When I was unconscious, so I didn't feel the thud. And then the way I woke up was the medic. There was a medic in our truck, and he was slapping my face. He was going like this because he thought my face got blown off. So he was slapping my face, and you got to remember, guys, it's pitch black. The halon system's going off, right? So it's smoke everywhere, like the fire, and it's just wild, right? It's a really weird time. So he's slapping my face to see if there's blood on his glove, right? He's trying to see if there's blood on his glove to see if I'm dead or not. At that point, so he's doing this, and I wake up, take a deep breath, and I try to remember where I'm at, right? And I do, right? Okay, oh shit, okay, I'm here, I'm alive. What's going on? And the first thing I kind of say was, "Where's my M4? I need my M4." And the medic goes, I don't know where your M4 is." And I go, "Oh, it's up there." And I reach up and I get up and I grab my M4. That was the first thing that comes to my mind. The second thing that came to my mind was, I don't want to burn alive. I've heard it happen on my first tour, and it sucked. I don't want to burn alive. I don't want these men that I'm with to burn alive. But it was looking that way, right? So the problem with the MRAP was the doors were so heavy that you couldn't get them open if without the hydraulic system. So we were trapped, and we were trying to get the rear hatch to open, and it wasn't opening, so we were trapped. So I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm up, right? I got my M4. We're trying to get the doors open. They're not opening. And then all of a sudden, war hero, man. War hero Whitaker. All right. David Whitaker. Fucking war hero. What he does is he was in a truck behind us. He says, "Sir, call it up." And he gets out of the truck. Anyone that was in at that time knows that's not what he fucking did. But he gets out, man, and he books it to us, by himself, and gets on the door and starts yanking that door, and gets the door open, and starts getting us out of the truck. And so thank you for that. um, so we get out. The job's not done yet, guys. All right, just because we got hit, the job is not done. We get out, pull security, make sure we're not taking any fight, and make sure there's no fight in it anywhere. Make sure no one else is hurt, right? We got to make sure there's no one else hurt. We also got to make sure there's no other IEDs or EFPs or anything along those lines. So boom, we're out. We're pulling security, including myself, McMinn, and Wait. We just literally got blown up. I'm covered in white halon stuff, fire. Basically, like a fire extinguisher. Think of that. Just covered, right? And we're pulling security. I can't even lift my arm, so I'm trying to hold my M4 up. And I tell McMinn, I said, "McMinn, I can't feel my left shoulder. Can you feel and see if shrapnel got into my left shoulder?" And then I told him, I said, if you feel blood, don't tell anybody, bro. I don't want them pulling me off the line while you guys are out here. McMinn fucking backed me up on that one. So McMinn reaches in. Luckily, no blood. No blood. What happened was when I landed, I think I landed on the shoulder, and it gave out. So the crazy thing was, now it's time to, okay, well, we got to get the truck back to the JSS, and the only way to do that is to tow it. Well, who's gonna tow it? So they had me, McMahon, and Waite literally just got blown up, hooking up this MRAP to another MRAP so that they can tow it, and then making us get back in the MRAP that we just got blown up in to drive back to the JSS. So we do, that's, I mean, it's a normal thing. I've had to ride in blown up MRAPs before, after I've helped, after my squad got there and helped out. So we do. And man, by the time we got back to the JSS, I was so done, dude. I think I was out of energy. I had a concussion, I believe. My shoulder, I couldn't even hold my weapon up anymore. Whitaker, again, rushed to me after we got out of the truck. He noticed I was struggling. Picked up my arm and put my arm around him and drug. And I forgot who was on my left. Someone was helping me carry me in on my left as well. Whitaker was on my right. Um, and they're help dragging me into this med station, right? And I'm starting to worry a little bit at this point, right? I'm like, why am I not able to like lift my own body weight at this? I'm getting a little worried. And then and then I see the craziest off point story is, and then I see Staff Sergeant Trimboli, which he was my squad leader on my first deployment in 2007. I literally thought I was dying. I was like, is he here to take me to hell? I think he's here to take me to hell. And no, he was there because he was a combat engineer, and he was there to help us out in Sutter City. So we get to the med station, and they're checking us all out. And people from my group, my platoon, are kind of coming in and checking on us, like, oh, are they all right? And meanwhile, the medics are, hey, Viles, what's the alphabet backwards? And everyone's laughing because they know I'm stupid, right? I'm like, no, I don't know, dude. And they're checking my eyes, and they're okay, concussion, loss of consciousness, all this other stuff. And so they said, all right, you're on 2 weeks bed rest, which at the time drove me completely insane. I think I drove Eric Campuzano, it was Staff Sergeant Campuzano at the time. I think I drove him fucking nuts, man, because every time they were going out, I was like, hey, can I come with you? Can I come with you? And he's like, can you lift your fucking arm yet? And I'm like, no. He's like, then you can't go. Like, I was just being an idiot. I wanted to go fight, man. I wanted to go fight with you guys, bro. I didn't want you guys to be out there by yourselves. So I got 2 weeks bed rest. Sergeant Dominguez was my squad leader at the time. He was on leave. He was on leave at the time. So when he got back, he found out everything. And then he comes in all tough. Bye, what's up? I love you, sir. I love that Sergeant Dominguez, man. Oh man, he was fucking Ranger tab, just badass dude, man. Oh, so that's it. That's it, man. That's my story of being injured. I did not get a Purple Heart at the time. What happened was I got married and my wife found out, and then also they started going over my paperwork through the VA for my disability and everything like that, and noticed I did not have a Purple Heart, so they actually sent it to DOD to see if they would approve it, and they did. So they did end up giving me a Purple Heart. They do know that I ended up also getting a traumatic brain injury, or TBI, from it as well. So that's my story, guys.